It's a rematch of a game from the 2003 Elite Eight. You may remember Kentucky, the 1 seed, got hammered by Dwayne Wade and Marquette. Hey, how are you, folks? Jason Horowitz, CBSSports.com's college basketball columnist Gary Parrish. Glad to be with you on the NCAA tournament previews presented by Brother Printers. It's the 6-11 matchup in the South region. And Gary, when you look at this game, it's not about the big guys. It's about the guard play like it was back in 03.
You better hope, if you're Kentucky, that it's not like it was back in 03. And that's the best thing Kentucky has going for it. Dwayne Wade is now with the Miami Heat, not the Marquette Golden Eagles. The problem with Kentucky here, though, in all seriousness, is that if your strength is guard, you go, okay, what do we have? What's our strength, our advantage going into the NCAA tournament? It's guard play. Well, you run into a team that's got better guards than you. From Dominic James to Wesley Matthews to Jarrell McNeil. Marquette is one of the best guard-oriented teams in America. That's probably not the best matchup for Kentucky.
And it's not just offensively. Also, Marquette caused more turnovers in the Big East than any other team in that conference. And Jarrell McNeil is that catalyst. And he's coming off a great Big East tournament. When you look at Jarrell McNeil, what about him is so special?
Because he does everything pretty good. Nothing great except guard, but he does everything well. When you talk to people who follow that Marquette program, who are close to it, whether it's even the coaching staff, let's be honest, Dominic James gets all the attention. It's Jarrell McNeil that's the guy. He's the guy on that roster. Then when they lost him last year, they fell apart. He's the guy that makes that team go. Dominic James will get the points. He'll get into the lane. But Jarrell McNeil is the most important piece to that Marquette team.
He didn't play in the tournament because of a broken wrist, and that's why they lost in that first round of Michigan State, or one of the reasons they lost in that game. Meanwhile, for Kentucky, you talked about the fact that what you do best is you have guards, and you're led by Ramel Bradley and Joe Crawford, who are two of the best in the SEC.
They're very good. The problem with Kentucky, though, they are good in the backcourt. I don't believe that you can just put a Band-Aid over losing Patrick Patterson. When you lose your best inside presence, which is one of the best inside presences in America, one of the best freshmen in the country, that's a problem. You know, we like to believe that Kentucky's been okay without Patrick Patterson. The reality is they're 2-2 without Patrick Patterson, and a loss to the worst team in the SEC, in the SEC tournament, though that was Georgia that went on. So I'm concerned about this team. The idea that Billy Gillispie could make this work, even make them competitive without Patrick Patterson, is a testament to Billy Gillispie as a coach, but he's still got problems going into this big tournament.
And maybe the other matchup problem here is Lazar Haywood, because he's not big, but he can shoot, and he does play that four at about 6'7", so he's one of those guys that could also present a problem for Kentucky. It sounds like you like Marquette to win this game.
I think so. Again, Kentucky, the idea that they're even in the tournament is a miracle, considering where they started in November, December, and then to lose your best player. It's one thing to recover after a bad start. There was nobody in America who thought that was a possibility in November, December. Then you lose your best player, and it's supposed to fall apart there. They immediately go play Tennessee tight. They bowed out in the SEC tournament, but they had a resume to get here. This is 1 year where Kentucky fans should just be happy they ended up in this place rather than the NIT or the CBI. They're here. I don't want to say they're happy to be here, but they're probably not going to be able to advance.
Well, they got a long way to travel. The game will be played in Anaheim at about 2:30 p.m. Eastern on Thursday afternoon. Kentucky has won in the first round in the 8-9 matchup in each of the last 2 years. Marquette, they've bowed out in the first round in each of the last 2 years. And don't forget, you can watch this game and every other one during the NCAA tournament live online for free. Be sure to avoid the lines on game day by signing up now for March Madness on demand at the all-new NCAA.com. For Gary Parrish, I'm Jason Horowitz. Take care.